Welcome to The Explainer. I am so incredibly thrilled you're tuning in today because we're tackling something literally almost every single team struggles with. Our mission? We're going to transform your workspace from absolute chaos to total control. We are going to build a Slack support ticket bot totally from scratch, and we're going to do the whole shebang in just 15 minutes.
But first, let me ask you a quick question. And hey, be honest. How many support requests got lost in your direct messages today? You know exactly the type I'm talking about. That dreaded, hey, quick question message that pops up, has absolutely zero context, completely wrecks your flow, and then boom, it immediately gets buried under 3 other direct messages. It's an absolute nightmare, right?
And well, when we try to fix this without using the right native tools, things can get really messy. Just take a look at this quote from a user on Reddit complaining about their team scaling issues. They said, "I have built this massive labyrinth of multi-step automations. I spend my entire weekend debugging payloads just so the sales team can get their automated notifications." Yeah, they basically built a custom software product out of duct tape, and the second an API changes, the whole company breaks. We want to avoid that entirely, right? We need scalable, reliable systems.
Okay, so let's dive into this. Here is our 15-minute rescue plan. 1. The Slack Support Chaos. 2. Intro to Workflow Builder. 3. Building the Support Bot. 4. Connecting external tools. And 5. The Workflow in Action.
Section 1. The Slack Support Chaos. Why do support in Slack anyway?
Well, as our sources point out, Slack is already where the work is happening. Users do not want to open some separate, clunky help desk portal when something breaks. The reality for most teams is pretty stark. 80% of support requests are unstructured DMs and quick questions, while only 20% actually make it to your structured portal. Now, this conversational ticketing removes friction for the user, which is awesome, but the sheer volume of unstructured requests, that easily collapses the whole system if you don't have proper guardrails.
And this lack of structure creates some very real, measurable pain points. Without enforced fields, your first-line agents are just drowning in channel noise. Ticket ownership gets completely lost. You have zero SLA tracking, meaning you literally can't measure your response times. You get flooded with duplicate requests, and honestly, perhaps most dangerously, those private DMs create massive compliance gaps for sensitive HR or security requests.
Section 2. Intro to Workflow Builder. This is our solution to the chaos.
So the Slack Workflow Builder is a built-in, no-code visual tool. It empowers teams to automate routine tasks, forms, and messages right there inside Slack. It's completely native, it requires absolutely zero computer science degree, and it perfectly anchors this concept of structured conversational ticketing. And get this, it works right out of the box in a free Slack workspace, as long as Workflow Builder is enabled.
To use it, you just need to understand the basic anatomy of an automation. The crucial thing is understanding these 3 building blocks before we even click Create. Block 1 is the trigger. This is your starting event, like clicking a link or joining a channel. Block 2 is the step. This is where you collect information, usually through a form. And block 3 is the action. This is what the workflow actually does with that information, like routing it somewhere or sending a message.
And again, I promise you, building a robust, scalable support bot using just these 3 blocks is literally going to take us 15 minutes.
All right, Section 3. Building the Support Bot. Let's go step by step.
Step 1. Open your Slack desktop app. Look up at the top left corner and click your workspace name. From that menu, click Tools, then click Workflow Builder. Finally, hit that plus new button. Boom, we are starting totally from scratch. Now Slack is going to ask us for our trigger. For a support bot, the absolute best trigger is from a link in Slack. This generates a clickable button we can put basically anywhere, in channel bookmarks, pinned messages, or even a canvas.
Now let's focus on the form itself. This is our step. When someone clicks that link, a form pops up. We need to configure some very specific fields here: requester name, issue type, priority, and a description. See, we're forcing the user to give us structured data. No more, hey, it's broken. They actually have to tell us exactly what is broken and how urgent it is. These are those structured guardrails we desperately need.
Step 2 is our action. We're going to add a send a message step targeting our dedicated support channel. And guys, here is where the magic happens. Slack uses variables, those little placeholders with curly brackets. We dynamically drop the user's exact form data right into our channel post. So the message that posts to our support channel automatically includes the requester name, priority, and description exactly as they typed it, beautifully formatted and standardized every single time. It's awesome.
Section 4.
connecting external tools for enterprise auditing.
Because look, while a beautifully formatted message in Slack is great, enterprise teams really need an external layer. We've got to understand the difference between a native Slack action and a webhook action. A native action just posts that message or form right in a channel. A webhook action, on the other hand, sends an HTTP post JSON payload to other systems, like a mock Jira endpoint or your Zendesk instance. It acts as a bridge. You're taking that beautifully structured form data and silently pushing it to your true external system of record.
But quick warning, there are some vital technical constraints from the source documentation you absolutely must know so your integration doesn't just fail silently. To use a webhook, Slack generates a unique URL. But critically, it uses flat key value pairs. There is no nested JSON structure allowed in native workflow variables. Also, there's a strict rate limit of 1 request per second. As long as you follow those rules, though, your Slack bot can seamlessly talk to your enterprise tools.
Section 5. The workflow in action. Let's see this thing live.
Okay, here's our live scenario. A team member just encountered a severe payment processing issue. Normally, they'd panic and DM the lead engineer with, payments are down. That DM might easily get missed. Chaos naturally ensues.
But not today. Let's trace the new user journey. At minute 0, the user clicks our brand new support workflow link. At 15 seconds, they finish filling out that structured form detailing the payment failure. At 18 seconds, the bot automatically posts the fully formatted, highly visible alert straight to the support channel, ready for triage. And at 20 seconds, the bot sends a confirmation DM back to the user saying, "We got it, we're on it." In literally 20 seconds, the whole request is cleanly structured, routed, and acknowledged.
That right there is the power of a proper workflow. So I'm going to leave you with this somewhat provocative thought. If you were out sick tomorrow, could your team seamlessly process support requests, or does your company's entire workflow still hinge on your private DMs? It's time to ditch the duct tape, take 15 minutes, and implement proper conversational ticketing today. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I'll catch you next time.